at the UPS drop-off a case of Amsoil. What they did, we have an Amsoil case of fluid. We got all kinds of stuff in here. We got an oil filter.
We got 4 quarts of 5W20, 7 quarts of ATF, and 2 bottles of PI.
All right, and that's going in the Honda Civic that you remember from last week. We did brakes on. And you know what? Since it's back, the brakes work.
They do. She's got 109,000 miles on her, and this is her 4th oil change.
All right, we're going to get to work. Yep, we found some 80s music. Gotta do the 80s music. So I go to the toolbox to get a tool. I open it up. I'm like, oh, I forgot I had them in there. Only in Miami. Alright, let's see if there's a rocket launcher in here. Nope, more tools. Hey, while we're getting the Amsoil out, make sure you go visit those guys at trustedoil.com. So after you got the car up on jack stands and the parking brakes on and everything's all safe, you find somebody to crawl under it, preferably the owner.
First, you crack the fill hole.
Yes, we come up here and you open this up, so there's no chance of vacuum. Not that that's ever going to happen in this world, but hey, we're going underneath the car here. Where is the drain plug?
It's on the back side of the oil pan right here.
Okay, so there is the drain plug, and you classified it as a 17 millimeter.
It appears to be. The 16 and the 15 are too small. The 19's too big.
Okay, so you broke the bolt loose. Got the oil drain pan right here behind his head. That's going to go way back.
Probably.
I'd move it back farther, the pan.
Okay.
I've just seen these things go.
I see you. I hear you. I just don't want to drip all over the driveway.
We got power foam.
True. And it's not xylene anymore, so it's a good thing that muffler's not hot.
Man, that is the cleanest.
That splashed right in my eyes.
That was the cleanest drain pan plug removal I've ever seen in my life, and you've seen it here live. Oh, there goes. Like I said.
That burns.
Let me go find your rag. So, location of the oil filter is
right next to the drain plug.
Right next to the drain plug. So we're gonna go down there and look at it. Do that again. That is what you knocking? What is that? That's an oil filter. Still, man, that stuff stinks.
Yeah, but hey. No sludge on the bolt.
Oh, look at that. That's shiny. That's Amsoil. I always found that every time Amsoil's in a motor, it turns everything inside a nice golden color, and there's never any sludge. All right, we're gonna pull this oil filter. Oh, look at that tool.
65 to 68 millimeter filter wrench.
65 to 68 millimeter filter wrench.
It's pretty.
It is.
Come on. There we go.
You just gotta
get it enough to get it going.
Gotta keep it up on there. Oh, I'm out of here. Camera's going. Don't need oil on a $400 camera. This is a hot car. Not as hot as in cool. Hot as in hot as in hot as in temperature. Did you get that?
It was driven for a fair bit before it
that was cool that I said that. Not that it was cool temperature, but it was hot that I said that. Are you totally confused yet?
Since grade school.
Crunchies. Alright, you're going to wipe off that hole up there and make sure there's nothing on it. Take a peek at it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. No O-ring, I can see that, but still going to wipe it. Give it a wipe.
As soon as it finishes dribbling.
Oh, she's still dribbling. What are you doing now?
I am reinserting the drain plug. kind of important to put that back in before you put the oil in the car.
I was just going to ask if that was an important part of the process, and if this time right now is the appropriate time to put it in.
They say if you don't do it, it could possibly do bad things.
Okay, so if you put the oil and then try to put the drain plug in, that would be the wrong...
That's not what the instructions say. And you know, we should follow the instructions.
And everybody watching reads those things, right? Wrong.
No, that's why you're watching the video.
Somewhere out here, there is a chemical. I'm going to go look for that chemical. Yep, found it. Right with the AMSOIL. Alright, we've got the AMSOIL EAK 1513, something like that. There's somebody up there in AMSOIL that just likes numbers. You know.
I understand why they did it. This filter is small, so it's only rated for 15,000 miles.
That, and also the fact that there's hardly any airflow around this vehicle, as opposed to... See, I see a tire. There's a vehicle here. We're here. Here's his car, and there's... My mirror is taller than his car.
Hey.
I get lots of air... He could park under my truck. I get lots of airflow under my truck.
So, like Park W. Griswold.
Alright, so what are we doing here?
Well, we're going to take a little bit of oil, and we're going to put it on the O-ring. What this is going to do is it's going to help lubricate the O-ring and get it ready to seat properly against the oil filter mount. It also helps prevent the O-ring from sticking to the oil filter mount when you go to take it off in 15,000 miles.
Can you tell he's a physicist?
Hey, you're the one that taught me this. I just understood why it was good. Come on.
What is playing in the background?
Okay. She's ready to go on.
What is that?
There it is. I forgot where it was for a second.
A Twisted Sister pin!
I think she's on.
Sounds like my dad. What are you doing listening to that Twisted Sister stuff?
Now, if I recall, it's not recommended to put the wrench on it to tighten.
No, you bottom it out, then give it 3/4 of a turn.
That's what I thought. Yeah, let's just make sure. She's on all the way. And she's back. There we go. That's it.
So we have the oil filter in, we have the drain plug back in.
Yes.
That means it's time for lube.
You want to do the transmission over here?
No, let's put the oil in. Let's do lube. One thing at a time.
No.
Lube.
Okay.
Let's go do lube. I like lube. Lube is good.
Well, let the lubes do it.
Hey, there's my beer. And there's my cigar.
I made a mess in your driveway.
You made a mess, and you'll be cleaning it.
No. I don't do...
What is this song, like 36 years old?
Easily.
80, yeah, easily 36 years old. And what are we putting in? We're putting in the...
Synthetic 5W20.
The good stuff.
The good stuff. Signature series.
The good stuff.
You can get stuff that's rated for lower mileage, but
why do it?
why? It costs the same.
You can go to AutoZone and buy Pennzoil.
Well, you could.
But why?
If you don't like...
Hey, wait. You can go to Honda. And Honda can tell you that if you put AMSOIL in your car, it'll void your warranty.
And they do.
Up until the point to when you told them that was illegal to say.
Yeah, they didn't have a response for that. The Magnuson-Moss Act. Well, it's kind of important. It's also important to know your rights, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. The Second Amendment, I think, is probably one of the most important ones out there. Oh, I'm feeling some users clicking off. Did I offend somebody?
Well, your First Amendment right guarantees you the privilege of, or the right of offending people.
Don't come to Miami, especially without a firearm. It's not called the gun shine state for nothing.
If I remember correctly, this is a 3.8 liter, or 3.8 quart fill.
Liter, I thought I just went to Canada, eh?
3.8 quart. Well, it's metric, and I get confused easily. I don't understand why they can't make them all.
You have Velcro in your shoes?
I do actually have Velcro. Right here. That's a Velcro strap right there. And there's one on the backside too. That's just for adjustment purposes, though.
But hey, we were watching Nut and Fancy, one of my favorite gun guys, and he says that the
Never wear flip-flops. Wear sandals that strap on, like Tevas.
like Tevas, bam! And he also says always carry your firearm, which we just proved by opening the toolbox. There is a lot of firearms laying around here.
Okay, there's 3.
One more.
Well, one more.
0.8 actually. You have to account for the filter though, so we have to start the vehicle and then check it on a level surface.
And that's if the manufacturer has the correct quantities listed. We can only go by what they recommend.
You know that 17-year-old kid that they're paying $4.35 an hour for somewhere?
That leaves...
Actually, that instruction manual may be printed in China, so they're paying him 22 cents an hour.
About 10 ounces left in this bottle.
Alright, we're going to go do the tranny now.
First, each and every one of you will spend 3 hours in detention today, immediately after school, in the basement. What do you think you're doing? Mr. Sister,
That was on there.
what kind of a man desecrates a defenseless textbook? I've got a good mind to slap your fat face. You are destroying your life with that garbage. All right, Mr. Sister, I want you to tell me. No, better yet, stand up and tell the class. What do you want to do with your life? I want to rock.
Throw this out here.
What are you doing?
Making a mess.
No, man, I want to rock. Dude, you're missing the whole, you missed. Dude, you better get that under. No, it's not going in the freaking filler. The filler's this yellow thing.
Oh, I thought that was...
No, you got transmission fluid sitting in there. You got a mess.
I thought that was a drain hole.
No, that's just a,
Oh, well,
that's something pretty.
that's... okay. Well, there was already fluid in there.
Yeah, it's when you put the oil filter in there.
That's hot.
Oh, let's look at the residue on that drain plug. Doesn't look too bad. Pretty clean. Alright, we're gonna let that drain.
So, what is that then if that's not...
That's where this yellow thing snaps into for shipping.
Really?
Yeah, made in China, baby.
Okay. Well, alright. I fucked that up. I was wondering why...
Why the fluid was filling up in that thing and not going down. You ain't the first one to do that, so... I'm gonna get off my wallet and buy myself a nice drain pan. I don't change oil that often anymore because I got the AMSOIL bypass system on my truck, and I run my truck for 50,000 miles without changing the oil. Oh, did you hear that? 50,000 miles, you're gonna blow your engine. You're gonna void your warranty. Yep, I wear socks and I carry a gun. No, I mean, I never change the oil in the truck. I just do an oil analysis every year and it comes back, oil's fine, keep driving.
Well, when you have the proper fluids and the proper equipment, you can do that.
Or you can be controlled by the ever so powerful speeches from above. Change your oil at 3,000 miles.
OxyClean. It gets the tough stains out.
That's what we need. You need some OxyClean.
I do. I'm actually going to have to soak this in OxyClean.
That was hilarious that commercial just came on. You just mentioned your legs getting tan. It is 2 days before Christmas.
Oh, yes.
See, wait, hang on. You don't believe me. There are Christmas decorations. This is as big as I go, guys. I got a candy cane there, and I got a candy cane there, and I got a candy cane there. That's it. So, in Miami, 3 days before Christmas, we're getting a suntan. 2 days before Christmas.
Put the car level.
So what are you doing now? Putting the what?
I'm putting the transmission drain plug back in.
That important?
Well, only if you like driving.
You could drive without it.
Not very far.
I'm sorry. With drinking beer requires you have to empty once in a while.
No.
This is the only thing that I found in doing this at the house tedious, because you have to go slow on the trannies because it just...
Because the funnel's tube is so long.
Yeah. So we're putting the AMSOIL transmission fluid in. How many does it take?
2.5 quarts for the initial fill, 6.2 for a full replacement. We're not doing a full replacement because we don't have the machinery to hook up to the cooler lines.
Nor
and do
do
a
I
flush.
ever want to do that. That's really bad from what I've understood.
I've heard that as well. For this model, it has a tendency to blow the seals.
Yep.
So we're just going to do the old tried and true method of drain and fill, drain and fill.
Yep. I mean, every year on my truck, I take 5 quarts out of the transmission pan, put a new filter in, and put 5 quarts of AMSOIL in, and
And that's good enough.
That's 4 or 5 times. You've pretty much gotten all the old fluid out. Good stuff.
It's even got a silver label.
It's shiny.
It's shiny.
Shiny. Wait, I'm getting distracted. Shiny. Oh, just keep swimming.
You're not right.
No, I'm an old guy. So my day, the phone rings. I'm bringing my car over to change my fluids. Okay. Should I bring beer? That's a dumb statement. So I got out of bed. I lit up a cigar and I had a beer. Actually, I had several beers. I love my life. Bullets, beer. How are we going to fit this car stuff in with the D stuff? We can't.
Body shop?
Body shop? No.
Lube?
Lube.
I don't know.
Lube. That's pretty.
It is a nice cherry red color.
That is a cherry red color.
Do not mistake this for Kool-Aid, folks.
Oh,
It's bad for your teeth.
man, can you imagine your teeth with that on it? It says right there, do not drink.
Designed for hard-working vehicles that live in severe service. Handles heat so well you can confidently double your vehicle's manufacturer's severe service drain interval with guaranteed AMSOIL protection.
Double?
That's what it says, double.
Man, those AMSOIL guys are amazing.
Oh, and notice right here,
What?
it meets the Honda ATF Z1, not CVT, specification, which is what this car uses.
So you can use it.
And anything that doesn't have a continuously variable transmission, that requires the CVT fluid.
Which they sell also.
They do.
So those Honda guys lied to you. Not the dealership. As a dealership, they don't lie. Remember, they're out for a paycheck.
They are. And I'm not against that. I have no problem with that.
Just be
Just
honest.
be honest.
Thank you. The honest word came out.
I will not go back to the dealership for any service because they lied to me. That's 2. We need half of this one. Then we drive it for a little bit and we check it.
10 miles to heat it up. That's down to Publix and back. We might have to do a beer run. Bratwurst run. That's what I'm talking about. B bullets, B beer, and B bratwurst.
Okay.
I like the
You
cool
get down
little
to
window they got on
16.
the backside too. That is sexy.
Everybody's doing it now.
I know, they were the ones that started it. As far as I know. I could be
I
wrong.
gotta say that was the first one I remember seeing it on way back in
Oh yeah, long time ago.
02. Almost there.
So this is a 2008
that's half.
Honda Civic 1.8. We just changed the motor and tranny, AMSOIL synthetic fluid. He's a happy guy. We're gonna close everything up here and go for a ride. Might go to the Keys, go fishing. It's only an hour away. That's what I'm talking about. Some bratwurst. That's how we're gonna finish the day off.